Hello and welcome to my G1 Barista of the Year 2015 competition entry. I'm Alex from the Doll's House and I'll be taking you through the double espresso, the flat white and my special serve today. Before we start, we need to check a few things. First of all, the machine is turned on and in correct working order, which it is. The second thing that we need to do is check that the brew log has been done for the day. This just ensures that the coffee is at its highest possible standard it can be for the rest of the day, so the customers get the best quality coffee they can. It has been done this morning. It's running off at 23 seconds, which is between the bracket of 22 to 28 seconds, which is the optimal time. 24 is the preferred time, but 23 seconds is just as good running in that bracket. We also need to make sure our cups are nice and clean, as well as our portafilters are staying warm either in the group head or on top of the cup warmer. Also need to check that we have some nice, clean, dry, cold jugs, which they are. And our milk is also being kept in the fridge, so it's at the coldest possible temperature it can be. I'm going to start taking our portafilter off, going from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. We're going to bring the basket down, then we're going to flush, so we're going to press the button. And then again, this just brings out all the dead coffee that may be stuck up inside the group head, just to make sure your espresso again is at the best quality standard it can be, ensuring it's not burnt or sour. Then we're going to take the basket of the portafilter, I'm going to bash it against the knockout bar, we're going to bash it downwards. One nice heavy stroke should do enough, and that'll make sure that it gets the puck out, the coffee puck. It should be a nice whole puck like this. It shouldn't be gritty or shouldn't fall apart, it should stay a nice whole puck. Then we're going to get a dry grounds brush, what I like to call basil. We're going to put it inside the portafilter itself, inside the basket itself, sorry, and just get any other excess dry, dead coffee that's in there. Once we've done that, we're going to push our portafilter back against the grinder, so it's going to hit this white button. Now once you push it back, it's going to grind automatically. This is preset, which I've set myself. So once you push it back, we're going to press and hold until the time allocation has finished. Okay, once that's happened, we're going to bring it back into the guiding gauge and we're going to pull down on the tap. We're going to pull it twice. Now this applies the pressure of 4 fat babies, which is 40 pounds of pressure, which is the optimal amount. We're then going to save the seals at the top, and just making sure there's no coffee around the ears. I'm going to make a funny noise like arr, arr, like a seal when we do that. So once we've done that, we're going to put it back into the group head. We've flushed it, so we got rid of all the dead coffee. Back in the group head at 7 o'clock, turn it to 6, get our double espresso cup, press the button, the middle button there, and we're going to let it brew through. As I said, this should take 22 to 28 seconds, the optimal being 24. Okay, once we've done that, we're ready to serve on our plate with our espresso cup. Teaspoon under the handle is sitting at 3 o'clock. And then our condiment, which is a tablet, at 6 o'clock, which is underneath the cup. So we're serving it like that. So once we've done that, that's our double espresso ready to go. Okay, next we're going to move on to the flat white. So the flat white, we're going to make the exact same as the double espresso, but before we do make the flat white, we're going to pour our milk into our steaming pitcher first of all. So we're going to pour it in there just 2 fingers below the spout. This gives us enough room to work the milk and apply the correct steaming technique. So once we've prepped our milk, then we're going to move on to making the double espresso and steaming our milk at the same time. So as before, as we did with the double espresso, we're going to take a portafilter off from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, drop it down, flush the group head. Then we're going to knock out the dead coffee as we did before and give it a nice clean. Then we're going to grind it as before. Tamp it down, applying the pressure of the 4 fat babies. Save our seals. Arr, arr. Then we're going to select our flat white cup, which is the same size as our double espresso. Put it on the group head again. Bring it back to 6 o'clock. Press our flat white button, which is here. Then we're going to steam our milk. So before we do hands, we need to purge the steam wand, like that, just to get any milk that may be stuck up there out. Make sure our thermometer is in our jug. You're then going to submerge the steam wand in the milk, so it's fully submerged. Turn the steam wand on, we're going to hold it there for 3 seconds, then we're going to bring it down for 5, having a hissing noise, turn it to our side and silence it with a shh. So it's in, 1, 2, 3, bring it down for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn it on the side. So now you've got some microfoamation happening, the milk is swirling around the steam wand, mixing all the foam into the milk, making our perfect latte milk. You're rising it to 120 and it should stop in the 140 mark. We're then going to wipe our steam wand and purge it again, followed off by another wipe. This ensures there's no milk or water stuck in the steam wand. We can put it back and put our green cloth back under the machine. Take our thermometer out, tap and swirl our milk, which should look like glossy paint, which it does. We're then going to tap and swirl our milk to get rid of all the air bubbles that are in there, so it looks like nice glossy paint. Then we're going to tip it into the jug at the back, go around the cup twice, 1, 2, into the middle with a nice pour, and we're going to make a nice tulip love heart, and one more, there we go, and finish it with a nice soft flick. We're then going to serve it the exact same way we served a double espresso on our saucer. We're going to get a teaspoon, placing it under the handle, which is at 3 o'clock, and then our coffee condiment, which is our tablet, at 6. Okay, so now I'm going to talk you through my special serve. So my special serve consists of something that reminds me of winter. Now, in winter I always used to bake with my gran when I was younger, and the two things we always made was tablet and raspberry cheesecake. So what I've done is I've blended up a little mixture in here, which is what I've done is I made some tablet and then I've melted it down into a paste. Into that I've added some blended raspberries and caster sugar just to give it a nice sort of beautiful texture to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this. But before we do that, we're going to pull off a double espresso. So we'll do that just now. Okay, so we're going to add our double espresso into a Boston glass. Into that we're going to add 1 measure of our mixture, which is obviously our tablet and our raspberry paste. There we go. Into that we'll add 1 shot of milk. Going to give this a nice long vigorous shake now. And now we're going to strain this over a rocks. Now we're going to strain this over a rocks glass with ice in it. And we're going to serve that with 2 straws in there, on a plate, raspberry inside as the garnish, and a piece of tablet next to it as well. So we have this a taste. Absolute beautiful and vibrant flavours. The tablet really complements the coffee well, and then the raspberry just brings it all together, makes a beautiful taste on the palate. The reason I did choose this is I put a lot of passion and effort into every single coffee I make, and I want sort of my love and passion from previous winter experiences, baking with my gran, making the tablet and the cheesecake to really shine through in this special serve.